Before there was iPhone, before there was Android, right? Before any one of these things. I think maybe some of you were born just then, right? Yeah.
Yes, so you told us a lot about innovation, how we have to think of ideas, and our vice chairperson, our principal, they also let us think of a lot of ideas. They encourage that. But then there's always this, we don't know how to convert these ideas into reality, how to take that next step. So how do we do that? We all have like a lot of ideas, we have thoughts, but then what do we do next? Because we're just students, there's not much that we can actually do right now. So what can you tell us about that?
So that's why the Atal Tinkering Labs is here, right? So I'm yet to go and see it, but that's one of the opportunities, right? I mean, let's say you have some solution, right? I mean, right now you can go to the lab and put things together, right? I mean, if there is some material that you need and it's not there, you can ask your teachers or you can ask your parents and etc. Get that material, put it together, right? At the same time, please do not mistake me that I am saying, okay, if you have a great idea now, go and start a company, right? Right now is the time to learn. There are so many more things to learn. But at the same time, when you have an idea, put together a prototype, right? So I'll tell you, when I was your age, I know maybe you are also studying about this solar cooker, rice cooker, right? Are you studying about solar rice cooker? Right? So I remember actually when I studied about solar rice cooker at my school, the way I studied is all that it needs is a concave mirror, right, which takes the sunlight and directs it onto your rice, right, and then you take a bowl of rice, pour water into it and focus the sun rays onto it, and then you have the cooked rice, right? That's what I studied, I think, when I was in maybe 6th standard or 7th standard, right? So I was excited. It is so simple. I just wanted to go and do it because then my mom will be so happy seeing, okay, now we have a new cooker in the house, right? So I didn't have concave mirror at home, but we had a plain mirror. All of us have this plain mirrors, right? So I took that mirror, I took that rice, right? You can always ask your mom to give some rice, right? And then put in a water, put that thing. It didn't cook, but these are some things that you could do. Right? I mean, when you have that urge to do, right? I mean, remember, nothing is stopping you from doing it, right? I mean, these are some things that you can do. Yes, I mean, you can't insist that no, but I learned concave mirror, so I need to have a concave mirror, otherwise I'm not doing it, right? I mean, then you will not do anything, right? So you have to be resourceful. You have to do things with whatever is available to you, right? So I did that, and I also because I had my passion for electronics, I used to open up these. Tape recorders now. I don't know if you even have tape recorders, but open that up, see what's happening, what machines, or whatever. You open up whatever gadgets, phones, whatever you have access to, right? Or you go to Tinkering Lab. I'm sure they have some things that you can open up and see what's inside. You have internet access. Read about them. Read about how, let's say, you have washing machine at your home, right? Read about how the washing machine works, right? I mean, isn't it magical that it washes your clothes? Right? I mean, how does it wash clothes? Right? I mean, things like that. Get to prototype, get to do something, do things, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so the name Red Pass, yeah. So basically, I mean, how many of you know the word Erebus? Right. Right. So we all grow up with that, right? I mean, now I don't know, the buses colors have changed, but during our time the government buses were only red buses, right? So we always refer to them as Erebus. And not just here, I mean, across the country. In North, they call it Lal Dabba, right? So it has a nice nostalgic feeling to the name. That was one of the reasons, but there are several other reasons why we chose Red Bus. I mean, one of the reasons is we wanted a color in our branding, because then it becomes so much more easier. Like you can wear that color. I mean, branding and marketing becomes so easier, right? If you have a color in your brand. But at the same time, we are a website company, right? Which means we had to choose a color which has the easiest spelling, right? Imagine if we called it, let's say, Green Bus, right? Green. I mean, there is a chance that you can misspell green. You can spell green as Green, or some people can also spell it as Gren, right? Gren should also be called green, right? Just that it is a little fast, right? Green, right? or yellow, right? Yellow also has two L's, people can mistake it. But what happens when they type GREN bus? They go to a different website, right? So we said, oh, we cannot have that problem. We cannot make customers do that mistake. So what is that color which has the smallest spelling and which people cannot spell it in any other way, right? So red is only RED, right? So they cannot misspell it. So we chose, that's another reason why we chose red and buses for the business that we are in. So there are several other reasons that we put it together. Yeah.
Sir, the story of being an entrepreneur is a very interesting one. So what were the challenges you faced when you started the company first?
Okay. So there are many challenges when you start a company, right? Yeah. I mean, some of the challenges could be like, you have the website open but no customer is coming. What do you do? Right? Or customer is coming but your website is not working. Or everything is going fine but you're not making enough money to pay salaries. Right? So many things. You are not, your competition is very strong. Or something else happens and etc. So there are many problems and you will face these problems every day. But the biggest challenge I would say is, see, all these challenges, when you have these problems, you can take help, right? So let's say customers are not coming, you can go and ask people, right? Saying, others who have done it as to how to get customers. I'm not getting customers. So another person, somebody else in the business will say, okay, do these things, you'll get customers, right? Oh, I don't have money to pay salaries, what should I do? Then say, okay, I'll give you a loan, or you can apply for loan here, there, and etc. Okay? So many of these problems have somebody or the other can help you. But there is one problem which others can't help you, right? That problem is within you, right? You feel very tired. You feel very, very stressed. You don't feel like going to work the next day, right? Because something happened and then you're very stressed, you're very worried. The same thing, repeat, rewind, it plays on you, right? In your mind, it just repeatedly plays, right? Oh, I missed this, I missed this, I missed this, right? That nobody can help you, right? You go and tell somebody else, you can't take it out of your brain. It will keep on rewind, replay in your brain, right? That problem, nobody can help you. That problem, only you have to help yourself, right? So those are the most difficult problems because nobody can help you, right? So that is by making a new habit of not getting stressed, right? Let's say you lose the whole business that day, right? But you have a choice to rewind, replay it every minute of the next 5 days, or rewind, replay once and then work on other things in the next 4.5 days, right? So that choice that you have to make and you have to practice it, that is all within you, right? Same thing, right? If you don't understand a concept, your teachers can explain you. But you don't feel like studying, nobody can help you, right? You have to study, you have to learn, right? How do you figure out a way to motivate yourself, right? Those are most difficult problems than the other things, right? Yeah.
Do you think Vignan had played a crucial role in your life?
Absolutely. So that is what I was saying. Please be seated. See, there has to be some phase in our life, right, where our confidence builds up, right? And that confidence builds up when you are very good at what you're doing, right? It could be anything, right? In my case, it was studies. In somebody else's case, it could be something else, right? So that phase is very, very important to define their life, the rest of their life, right? That came to me in terms of Vignan. I was at college and you were studying and you had access to good teachers and you had nothing else to do, right? So you read and etc. And that, not so much about the subject. I don't know the subject that I read, right? I can't even recollect some of those theorems. If you ask me Pythagoras theorem, I can't probably tell you now. But the thing is, what it did to my confidence, right? So I would say, when you have that opportunity, use that, right? If you have it now, use it now, right? If you have it later, you need to have that phase in your life where you are just excelling at whatever you're doing, right? For some people, it could be after they join a company, right? The work they're doing is so fascinating that they're just hooked on to it. And from there, the life changes, right? For some, I'll tell you another last incident. So about a year ago I was in Dubai, right? And then because we went and etc. and all that, actually about a year and a half ago, right? So there, because we are Indians who went to Dubai, there they organized a small gathering of other successful businessmen in Dubai, right? Of Indian origin. So Indian businessmen who did very well in Dubai, right? They're amongst the most successful people in Dubai, right? And then when I met them and I talked to them and we had a dinner and etc. and all, one thing that was very, very different was none of them were IITians, none of them were from BITS, none of them did even engineering. And it was such a different from what I see in India. Right? I mean, you take Flipkart founder, he is from IIT, you take any of these companies, they're all from IIT and etc. Right? But they were not from IIT, not even engineers. Right? So then I was like curious, I was just figuring out what happened that they built such large companies and etc. and all that. So the thing is, once they went there, that phase of extreme success, right? Whatever they touched was getting into gold, was happening to them once they went to that new place. Because, right, I mean, that is the time when they could just focus, no distractions, and they went there because they had to make livelihood. They were just working on what, they took it like a tapasya, right? Their work as a tapasya. And once they did it well, the positive reinforcement, right? Once you do well, you will do better. And you continue to do well, right? So for them, it didn't happen early on, it happened later in their life. But why take chance, right? I mean, you can't keep postponing, you can't say, okay, now I'll enjoy and then I'll go to Dubai one day and then do that, right? But if you have a chance now, do it now, right? I mean, choose something that you like and then be good at it. It will change your life, right? Thank you so much. It was a pleasure talking to you all. I look forward to all of you contributing to my good grades in this new job. Yeah, many of you should please use the Tinkering Lab. Come up with new ideas, discuss with your parents, with your teachers, amongst yourselves, right? And get into that culture of innovation and maybe much later when you are an adult get into entrepreneurship. But right now, please be innovators. It will help you and it will help your nation and your state. Thank you.
So thank you for all your time. I request every one of you to please give standing ovation to him for all his time and give him a good round of applause. So I hope all of you got the message very clearly. You find what you are passionate about. You like mathematics. Please sit down. Please sit down. You decide what you like. You like mathematics. You like running, you like swimming, you find what you are the most passionate about and give your best, give your 95% to it. You are the best in that, okay? So